Hi guys, I'm John, the owner of Dermagrow Solutions, and today I'm just going to talk about some topical solutions for hair loss, especially male pattern baldness, but also for female pattern hair loss for women experiencing thinning hair. So right now there's two FDA improvements for male pattern balding. There's Minoxidil, brand name Rogaine, which is an over-the-counter topical you can get in CVS or Walgreens or a bunch of stores. And then there's Finasteride, which is normally a pill you take each day. And so both of these have clinical efficacy. They do work, but they come with side effects, potentially. So with Minoxidil, it was originally formulated as a blood pressure medication. So it dilates your blood vessels, so it can lower your blood pressure and also raise your heart rate. Also, people commonly report getting like excess body hair when they use Rogaine. So yeah, a couple potential side effects. And then with Finasteride, this is probably the most efficacious drug we have for an MPB, but it especially works as a preventative measure. It slows down the rate of balding, pretty much to a standstill. But as it affects your hormonal pathways, it prevents testosterone from converting to DHT. People do report, in some cases, like sexual side effects, like erectile dysfunction. And it also can cause psychological side effects. Some people, report having depression or anxiety from it, as it interferes with neurosteroid synthesis. So both relatively effective drugs, but if you're in the camp that has those side effects, then potentially you might be looking for some alternatives. Or secondly, you might be looking for an add-on treatment if those two aren't, doing the job for you. So with that said, let's dig into like a blog article I wrote about 3 alternative topical treatments. So let me pull that up. Okay, so here we go. The first treatment would be melatonin, which you're probably familiar with as a sleep aid. It's the sleep hormone that the body produces in the pineal gland, and there's been several studies where when it's applied topically, it's been shown to increase hair count quite significantly. So one study I have here, they studied men with male pattern baldness. Over a period of 6 months, applying melatonin topically, the hair count increased by 41% in almost 60% of the participants. And then in a larger study of 1,800 volunteers, they did what's called like a positive and negative hair pull test, and the positive hair pull test decreased from 61.6% to 7.8%. So it slowed down hair loss very, very significantly, as well as increasing the hair count. So and that would also be quite superior to a lot of the the studies that they've done on minoxidil. So that would be the number 1 recommendation. And then number 2, adenosine. Adenosine is also part of the naturals of the body, and they did a study of 110 balding men where they applied a 0.75% topical adenosine solution, and they compared it to 5% minoxidil. The results of the study were that the adenosine was non-inferior to the 5% minoxidil as far as slowing down balding, and actually the patient satisfaction was higher, and there was less side effects. So this actually comes as no surprise because it's pretty well established that minoxidil it works for male pattern balding and hair loss via the adenosine pathway. So yeah, it's quite possibly just a natural and better solution to using minoxidil with less side effects. And yeah, so here we go. Another study: 102 men were treated with a 0.75% adenosine solution. Noticed a significantly increased percentage of thick hairs. So it works especially, again, similar to minoxidil, and makes your existing hairs thicker. So yeah, moving on to number 3, caffeine. So again, applied topically, they did a study of 210 balding men over 6 months. They applied a 0.2% caffeine lotion and compared it to 5% minoxidil. The improvement in anagen ratio, so hairs in growth phase, was statistically similar to the 5% minoxidil solution. And in another study, they combined caffeine and adenosine in a topical solution, and over an 8-week period, so just like 2 months, the hair count increased by 55%. So quite a powerful combo, putting those two together. So yeah, again, melatonin and adenosine are molecules native to the human body. So obviously they're going to be more well tolerated than a pharmaceutical drug that is not. And caffeine, everybody pretty much consumes coffee or tea or soda. It's a botanical stimulant, and it's very well tolerated. So whether you were looking for an alternative or like an add-on treatment, these 3 would be a really powerful topical treatment, and you're probably not going to, it's unlikely you would experience any side effects from these 3. So right now there's not any serums or formulas that have these 3 topicals combined, as far as I know, or at least using the percentages in the studies. So we're formulating a serum with these 3 all combined together in those exact proportions. And right now we're still in the formulation phase. So as soon as that is finished, I'll update this video, link to that product. And anyways, I hope you guys found this helpful, and I'll keep you tuned. And that's all I got. So yep, later guys.